How's the sound in this? Can you hear me? I'm trying to keep it low because I got kids sleeping, but it's about the only time I can do a live stream now is in the mornings. You're up early there, Marie. I'm sorry to hear that. You got anything for the pain? I take tramadol at night to sleep, and I can get a couple hours of sleep. But during the day, I take two Aleve in the morning, then I take two Aleve in the early afternoons or at night. Before like 5 or 6. And then I'll take my tramadol when I go to bed. Hi, Allie. Big Dog Leather. How are you doing? Get you some cranberry pills or some Doan's kidney pills. I used to take those in lots of water. Help flush out your kidneys. A lot of times your kidneys will aggravate, and you think you are having back problems, but it is your kidneys. So. Glad to see you guys are here. I didn't know if I was going to get any viewers or not this early in the morning. So. I did a live stream yesterday. I'm going to start doing, they're called, I call them channel recognitions. (10:34) in the a.m. Trying to get some work done and you're streaming live. It's okay for some. Yeah. It's 5:35 here in the morning. So I still haven't had a chance to look at your channel there, old mucker, but I will. Thanks, Big Dog. I appreciate it. All I can ask for is a little bit of support here and there. So. Now I got off the live stream yesterday and I went in to the bedroom, was looking at the ceiling fan. The ceiling fan fell out of the ceiling night before last and was dangling by the wire, so I have to go in and put a new junction box in there, and I'm trying to figure out how to put it back in there without tearing out all the drywall, and I think I figured it out. I'll cut the other one out with a pair of snips, and then it's plastic. I'll get it out of there and I'll put a new one in, screw it through the side with a screw gun, and then stuff a block up underneath the box and screw it actually to the floor to give it extra support. Okay, Allie, be careful out there. I don't know how it is over there, but it's slicker and it's not on a doorknob here. So I don't believe the kids are having school today. I ain't for sure, but I don't think so. So. My cry for help. How are you doing? I've been a subscriber of yours for a while, My Cry. I see you had a live stream going. I didn't get a chance to get to it, but I try to show everybody some kind of support once in a while. Okay, Marie. I'll take cream and sugar in my coffee, by the way, Marie. Now, aren't you from Australia? You live in the woods? Thank you, Natural Ice. I appreciate all the support. Um, let me check. I'm pretty sure I am subscribed to you. There's a Natural Ice is like Natural Light, and I think I am because I love Natural Light, but I can't drink no more. So, yep, I am subscribed to you, Natural Ice. Freedom EV Barbie. Snowed here in Texas. Hardly anyone comes to my lives. I have a better luck making videos. Hope you're well. Um, I haven't seen anything. I mean, I better check and see if I got your bell rung again, Barbie. I haven't seen anything from you. I caught you in the live stream the other day and said hi to you, and you didn't reply back. I didn't know if you'd seen me or what, but I uh, I haven't had a chance to, or I haven't actually seen anything from you, so I'll have to go back in and check. Well, thank you, Natural Ice. I think everybody's good, or everybody has some good in them. So I'll go in there free to be me, and I'll have to check your channel out again and ring your bell. DDD, how are you doing? I don't remember. Was you on my live stream yesterday? I did a live stream yesterday, and I did a channel recognition, and I put your name in on it. Missy, how are you? I don't know what happened to Fat Boy's live stream this morning, but it was there. Then poof, it was gone. Terry, how are you doing? Ring your bell. Yep, I love that song. Gene, how are you doing? If for those that are in here, if you're not subscribed to Gene Chambers, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to him, watch his videos. He's not making videos right now at the moment because he has a shop, a little shop, and it's not heated and it's cold, so he's not out there working. But Gene does a lot for the veterans' widows, and needy little boys and girls. So, oh yeah, it is early, 5:41 in the morning. So I thought about doing this because I really didn't want to steal anybody else's thunder, So you have to pick and choose the time you can do it. So, morning, Fat Boy. So, if you guys should, or actually should, help support other channels. If you got a channel that's struggling to meet the criteria for the YouTube thing, go ahead and give them a little help. Just before the live stream, I shut down all my channels, so I knew I could have a live stream, but I had I had 10 channels going, 5 of my own and 5 different ones from 5 other people. So, if you can support somebody, go ahead and support them. You've been up for a couple of pots. Yeah, I got up at 3 o'clock this morning. The pain took over and woke me up. So I ain't on a couple pots, so I'm on my first one still, Gene. I don't know why people unsubscribe either. They subscribe to you just because you subscribe to them or whatever, and then as soon as they turn it back, they unsubscribe. I have never unsubscribed to anybody, so I've got channels I won't watch because they were they come in representing something, and then after you subscribe to them, they represented something else. They were trolls or whatever. They were sheep or they were wolves in sheep's clothing, and I won't unsubscribe to them, but I won't give them a like, and I won't watch any of their stuff no more. So, and that goes for my philosophy. I don't unsubscribe to anybody. So, you have to. I probably would, but you'd really have to, strike that last nerve or something. So, yeah, by all means, Mike, cry for free for help. Go ahead and subscribe to anybody and everybody if you want. So. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't see them, if you don't hit their channels every so often, then they'll unsubscribe to you. The YouTube does it, and the more channels you get, or the more subs you get, the harder it is for that to, for you to check all the channels out. I got channels I've been subscribed to for 5.5 years, or ever since I started this on YouTube, and there's some of them I haven't seen in 6 or 8 months, and I got to get back to watching some of them because I used to watch them every day, but I haven't had a chance because I'm watching everybody else. So. Good morning, Amber and John. How's John doing? Feeling any better? No, I haven't, but congratulations. Are you close to getting your 4,000 hours of view time there, Brandon? How many hours do you have? Let me know, and I can, I'll run a playlist of your stuff to help you get some hours. And get a hold of Eric Hebert, and he'll put you on a playlist, and he'll help you get some hours too. I'm sorry to hear that. What happened to it? Amber, did you get something in it or something? You got 3,000 hours so far? Or you need 3,000 hours? Well, 1,000 hours is 60,000 minutes. You're about right where I'm at right now. I got 3,000 hours in too. So I'm close to 3,000. I'm at 157,000 or 160,000, something like that. So 160,000 minutes, I believe. So it's pretty neat. I got 13 viewers here. At 5:45 in the morning. It's hard to believe. Oh, that's too bad. They're missing, or Amber. I'm sorry. Too bad. Hopefully they can fix it. I got a friend that had a piece of steel get shot into his eye, and he lost about 60% of the vision in that after they finally had to go in and operate. It took about 6 hours to get it out. "4:47 in the morning." So you must be Central Time. Well, I figured if I come in at 5:30, People usually get up at 5 or 6, and I'd catch them people, and then by 7 o'clock, you know, the 6 o'clock people are getting up, so I catch a few of them then. So yeah, Amber. Hopefully, John. Tell John I'll say a prayer for him. Hopefully, he gets better. I know eye problems aren't very good. About 30 years ago, I burnt my eyes real bad with. I was welding at work, and I had a crack in the helmet right about here, and I welded for like 8 hours, and I walked outside, and I worked second shift. I walked outside, and all the lights were fuzzy. Well, I went home, took a shower, got ready for bed, and went to sleep, and woke up about 6:30 in the morning when the sunlight hit me, and then I was screaming. Okay, see you later, my cry. Thanks for stopping. I'll be sure to check out your live streams and your channel. I was going to hit your live stream. I think it was this morning or last night, and or yesterday, I think it was. And I went to do something else, and by the time I come back, it was too late. Uh, but anyways, uh, it burnt my eyes so bad that I had blisters on my eyeballs, and I had we had probably one of the best eye doctors in the United States is in our city, and I went to him, and they put me in this little room with all the lights off, and he come walking in. When he opened up the door, man, I screamed. He shut the door real quick, and they shut off all the lights in the lobby, and you know, then he come walking in. He turned on this little blue light, man. I thought it was just like lightning hit me in the eyeballs, and he had to call in another guy to come in, another doctor to come in, and you know, to assess the situation. And they ended up patching my eyes for a few days and cream and all this other stuff. So, Dazzy Diva, how are you doing? I had to get my glasses on. So, Dazzle Diva, I'm sorry. I'm glad to see you here. And I know Gina. I still do some welding here and there, but when I do it, I've got my own helmet now. When I was working in the factory, that was a factory helmet. So, and that first thing I did is when I got back to work after my eyes healed up, I walked right over there and grabbed that welding helmet, threw it on the ground, and stomped on it and smashed it, and then threw it in the trash. So, yeah, potatoes work. So does cucumber slices. Anything that will help you cool it down. Well, you got some subscribers there, don't you, Dazzle? 1,628. Good job. It's me, Laura. Where are you, Dole, from? I'm not understanding what you're asking there, Brandon. Oh. I live in Michigan, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, I live in Michigan. just north of Toledo, Ohio, about 38 miles. So, I live at the lower part of Michigan. The boys up north, they're the ones that get all the snow and all that other stuff. But right now we got about a foot of snow on the ground. We got it started. We didn't have anything. It all melted. And now we got it started Friday, and we got it now. Well, thanks, Dazzle. It is. My dad was a welder for 60 years almost. And my dad started. He started working for the company at the age of 14 and going to school, and he worked there all but 2 years of his entire life after he started there. He left for 2 years and come back, and when he come back, it was just like he never left. They give him a raise and everything else to come back. So yeah, you better watch that, Amber. The people you hang out with can get you in a lot of trouble. So fortunately, I don't do drugs other than my prescription pain medicine, and I don't even do that unless I absolutely necessarily have to. And I get it in the 30-day prescription bottles. I've had it. I got it on the 6th of January, and I still got a half a bottle left. So I only use it about every other day, or maybe every 2 or 3 days. And I only take it at night so I can sleep. Jason, how are you doing today? Well, you didn't know they fool with drugs, but well, I can't say too much. A lot of people do a lot of stuff you don't know about. 14 viewers. We're gaining speed. You ever felt like you got a hair hanging up? And I got a hair, it feels like on the top of my nose, and I just can't. I can feel it, but I can't find it. Thank you, Dazzle Diva. I appreciate everybody. I really do. If it wasn't for subscribers, there'd be no reason to be on here. Because nobody'd be watching any of your stuff. So, well, thanks, Jason. Like I said, I appreciate everybody. Yeah, I don't blame you there, Amber. In fact, I wouldn't even let them into your house because if they carry it on, sooner or later they're going to bring it to your house. And if important law enforcement is watching them, they could follow them right to your house, and hey, they can consider you a drug dealer. You know, by all means, if you guys aren't subscribed to one another, go ahead and subscribe to each other. Show everybody some channel support. You are right, Gene. I had never had back surgery, but I have unnatural arch in my spine, a curvature in the spine, and it's at the third lumbar, and which is right above the hips about 4 inches, and that's where it hurts the worst. So, and prayer does work there, Dazzle. I'm telling you. Oh, what kind of truck do you drive there, Dirty Dog? Are you talking about pickup or are you a commercial driver? And I tell you what, there is a lot of power in prayer. So um, I say prayers for people all the time. People look at me like I'm not religious. I may not go to church, but I do believe in the Almighty. And I do know I fall short of the glory every day, but I try not to. I try to be the best person I can be. No, Fat Boy Kim is not Pee Wee Herman's kin. Nope. It's hard to believe that too because they're both about got the same figure, don't they? But I think Moose Knuckle was trying to put the move on Kim last night. You know what, Marie? Actually, um, I used to take Tylenol all the time, but Tylenol is really bad for you. And I don't know if you can, but I take a leave, and a leave works a lot better than Tylenol. Excuse me, Tylenol, and it's a lot. You have to take a lot less of it. Okay, you're right. It does suck because it's putting everybody. Jason's putting everybody in a 365-day category when a lot of us just started doing this, in the middle of the summer or whatever, and we have to come up with a 365 days worth of content in less than 6 months. So, yeah, I mean, I have Tylenol here, but I'd rather use a leave because I don't know what it says, but I take two Aleve when I take them, and that's pretty much I'm pretty good for about 6 or 7 hours with two Aleve. You're right. Everybody started out small, and some of them took off, and the reason why some of them took off is because they got a video to go viral, and once it went viral, they got 30 million viewers or 10 million viewers or 2 million or whatever it is. But a lot of them mega channels I've never even heard of. I've never even seen them because their content doesn't, I'm not interested in their content. Thank you, Jenny. I could use a cup of coffee and a donut. So, are you back to work yet, Jenny, or are you still off? Viral. Always sounds as though I need a treatment. Yeah, there you go. Well, I don't know how many people are how the age of most of you, but Gene's around my age or a little older, maybe. But years ago there was a tennis player, and his name was Vitas Gerulaitis. Now, doesn't that sound like a disease? That's the first thing I thought of when I heard that guy's name, Vitas Gerulaitis. I said, man, that sounds like a disease. I think he was a French tennis player. Still in the hospital. Oh, it's too bad. Can you move your legs though? Yeah. His parents must have realized how bad that sounds. Yeah. You're right. But it does. It does sound like a disease, Venous sclerosis. How you doing, Kev? So, oh, we got 15 people in here. That's good. I don't think most of you guys know it, but we this right here. We own a Me and my wife. We own a hot dog stand. Um, I've, I've got two hot dog carts out in the garage, and as soon as the weather breaks, I'm gonna pull them out and I'll do a video on both of them. Uh, One I own, the other one a guy wants, a friend of mine owns it, and he wants me to buy them out. So I think we're gonna do that. It comes with a bunch of equipment. So, and my wife really don't want to do it, but I keep telling her if I buy him out, that means it's one less person in the county that I have to compete with. Because he's not buying any more equipment. He's going to go into or selling ice cream and stuff out of a building. So that doesn't have anything to affect me because my business is mobile. So you want a hot dog? Yeah. Can I have chili and cheese on it? Hot diggity dog. That's right. Um, I think that's what the second cart's going to be called. It's going to be called Diggity Dogs. So that way I can run two separate businesses with two different carts. Well, let's hope you can get your shop built there, Gene. I enjoy um, your content, and like I told you before, you may not think so, but you are the epitome of a real American hero. You are what it means. So you are somebody that puts your own self below others, and that is what a real hero does. I didn't catch it, Jenny. Uh, you said you had no feeling in your legs, but can you move your legs, Jenny? Some people may think that's a stupid question, but it's not really not because you can have, there's people that don't have no feelings in their hands and stuff, but they can still move them. So I was just wondering if it's nerve damage or if it's something else. So, and we're thinking about starting, doing something other than hot dogs too, like a breakfast taco, like scrambled eggs and cheese and sausage and hash browns inside it, and not like a burrito, but then you fold it over and you steam it and heat it up, and there you go, a breakfast taco. You know, I think that'll go over good. I don't blame you there, Gene. Like I told you, I've got a bandsaw out in the garage. It's not a big one, and I plan on making a sawmill if I'm healthy enough, and it'll only be something big enough to cut like 16 or 18-inch logs. Something I can if I had to, I can make an 8x8 with it or whatever. So, well, how about a hot dog, a bag of Doritos, and a large diet root beer? Amber, I don't sell Coke. No, I'm sorry to hear that, Jenny. I'll say a prayer for you. I thought you had that surgery and you were doing better, and I hadn't seen anything from you, so I thought you were out of the hospital. So, but I'll say a prayer for you. Okay, hot dog and a coffee. There you go. We sell bagel products. That's all we sell. It's bagel pop products because we sell 90% of our stuff we sell on the cart is made in Michigan. Being we're from Michigan, we try to support Michigan. So um, it's still sore. I'm taking pain meds for that. I got to go see a rheumatoid arthritis specialist. My um, orthopedic surgeon doesn't want to do anything until the rheumatologist has a chance to look at it and see what he thinks about it. So, but there's days. I said it this morning on a different live stream. Missy asked me how I was, and I said it felt like somebody kicked the shit out of me and forgot where to send mail my clothes to it. So there you go. They have hot dogs and Polish sausages. So, and you can get chili cheese, sauerkraut, jalapeno, diced jalapenos, mild banana peppers, relish, onion, ketchup, and mustard on it. And it doesn't cost any extra for none of that stuff. Yeah, and that surprised me when I started my cart. I asked something, you want chili on that? Well, is it extra? No, it's not. It's the same price. You get it for free. Well, everybody else charges for it. Well, everybody else is ripping you off. So, well, what you got to do, Amber, is you got to unsubscribe, then resubscribe to them, and you should be able to ring their bell. We sell nothing but all beef hot dogs too. So, all beef hot dogs and regular Polish sausages. I can fit anything on that thing there, Gene. It just depends on if you can. You got to be into fitness, and you know what fitness is, don't you? Is you grab that hot dog and try to fitness into your mouth. So, and you'll have what Gene's having. Um, we are, I think, Ballpark has come out with a foot long. Um, oh, okay. Maybe you're going to have to refresh or something. I don't know, Amber. Ballpark has come out with a foot long Polish sausage, and it's about that big around, like a regular Polish sausage. And I'm thinking about uh, going to my uh, hot dog supplier and asking them if they have those kind. And if they do, we might offer a foot long Polish sausage, and that will be, yeah, lifting weights one sandwich at a time. Yeah, it's in the garage. That will probably be like a $5 or $6 sandwich, but then again, it's going to be a foot long, and it'll weigh when you get done putting everything on it, it'll weigh over a pound or better. So it'll be a meal all by itself. So if you guys give me just a quick second, I gotta get me a cup of coffee. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm back. Hey, cool dad from the 80s. Hi, how are you? I didn't see you come in. Well, thank you, Dazzle. It's nice to be back. It's nice to be missed. So that no drama. There you go. I'm doing good, cool dad. Um, I'm doing good. Um, I'm still sore, still hurting, but I'm doing okay. So just a second. Hey, did they cancel school? They didn't cancel? Okay.
Well, I get the end button instead of the snooze.
Okay. Now I'm back. I completely understand there, Amber. Um, a lot of times that's about the only way I can actually get a couple hours of good sleep is to take some pain, a couple of pain pills. But like I said, I try not to take them. Good morning to man Willis. Guys aren't subscribed to him. Go ahead. Um, that's my brother-in-law right there. His name's Mark. So, and Mrs. Iron Dog just got up a few minutes ago to get the grandkids off to school. They haven't canceled school, so I don't know. I just seen a car go down the street here a few seconds ago, and when I was making coffee, and he slid right past the stop sign. So I don't know. Your brother's up. And Cool Dad from the 80s says, "Hi, Mrs. Iron Dog." She said hi. So, I don't know if you guys have seen this coffee cup, but most of you have, but it actually comes from Cancun, I guess. So I know pain is something there, Amber. I mean, I completely understand. Jean Chambers says, "Hi, Mrs. Iron Dog."
Hi.
She said hi. You seen the cup? It's great. Yeah. I never been to Cancun. It was given to me. A friend of mine, he had it at his house, and his wife didn't like it, so she said, "Get rid of it." So he brought it over. Said, "Hey, you want some coffee cups?" And us being the purveyor of coffee, we're not in the Gene Chambers category, but we drink a lot of coffee. And I said, "Yeah, we'll take them." And Dazzle Diva said, "Hi, Mrs. Iron Dog." I started another pot of coffee when I went and got mine, and it's finishing up right now. So I don't know if you guys know it, but if you go to buy a coffee maker anymore, don't buy them $12 and $14 coffee. See you later, Kev. Thanks for showing up. Tool Man, she's not going to get on cam. I don't even have to ask her that because I know dang well she's going to say no. The Adventures of Batman and Blobbin. I showed up at your live stream yesterday, give you a thumbs up. I didn't say anything, but I was watching your gaming thing. Your brother says get on cam. She said no to a man. See you later, Kev. Have a good morning. So I can't remember where I was going with or what I was talking about. Huh. Cool. Coffee and oatmeal. I love oatmeal. Don't eat enough of it, but I love it. So there you go. Okay, Amber, have a good morning, good night, whatever. Thanks for reminding me there. If you go to buy a coffee maker, don't buy a $12 or $14 coffee maker. Save your pennies up or whatever and buy yourself a bun. Now, if you buy one of the good, there's a couple different kinds of buns, but buy one of the better ones, the ones that's got the steel on the back. You buy one of them, the first bun we had, and we made anywhere between 8 and 12 pots of coffee a day. It lasted 15 years. And that costed, back then, I think it was $75 for that coffee maker. So for 15 years, I didn't have to buy a coffee maker. So you figure it out. If you buy a $12 or $15 coffee maker every year in 15 years, you're going to spend $300. So just, now the buns are like $115 or something like that. And if it lasts you 10 years, it's still cheaper than buying a $15 coffee maker. So, because if you buy a $15 coffee maker this year, next year it's going to be $18, and the year after that's going to be 19 or 20. Then it's just going to keep going up, and you're still getting nothing for your money because there's still junk. And half the time the coffee pot is so thin and fragile that if you bump it, it breaks, and now you're out all that money because you got a coffee maker without a coffee pot that doesn't work with anything else, so you have to throw it all out. I know, Gene. And if I could, and I could afford it, brother, I would send you 100 cupper just for the hell of it. I can buy them at Gordon Food Service, but they're like $300 for 100 cupper. Yeah, but they're commercial. So, I mean, I got that 100 cupper out in my garage right now, but that's not mine. But that's going to be part of the deal if I buy the hot dog cart and stuff. I'll get that coffee maker and a bunch of other stuff. So I like caramel vanilla creamer. I like I tell you, if you guys go to the Dollar Tree, they have in the coffee section they have flavorings. They have hazelnut and French vanilla. It's a liquid. And I go there and I buy it for $1. I get a couple of bottles, and I come home. If I want French vanilla, you just pour a little bit in your coffee along with your cream and sugar or whatever, and you got French vanilla or hazelnut. And for $1, you can't beat it, and it's pretty good. And you can actually add it to your water, ice water, or whatever. Like you want like a sweet little drink. You can have like a French vanilla water. And that doesn't taste that bad either. Break out that 100 cup percolator you got. Yeah, Mark, it's out there in the garage. So. Lipstick and Sofrito, how are you doing? Jeanette? Glad to see you can make it. Christy, addicted to hazelnut. Well, go to the Dollar Tree. They have it for $1. I mean, you can't beat the price on it, and it's pretty good stuff. You know, a lot of people say, you know, you get what you pay for. Well, this is actually one of them better deals that you actually get more than what you pay for $1. So, and you know, the Dollar Tree, that's probably one of my favorite stores because you can go in there and buy anything and everything, and you know, walk out for $1 plus tax. You know, but they have if you go to the Dollar Tree, they have a jalapeno cheese, and that is pretty good stuff. It's a 4 ounce package, and it's $4, and I like it. They have a black pepper cheese, and they have a Mediterranean cheese. I like the black pepper better than I do the Mediterranean, but I'll eat them all. You know. Well, thanks for showing up, Lipstick. I appreciate it. You're right, Christy. The first sip of coffee is the best. So we sell sausages in. Let's see, we sell sausages on the cart, and depends on where we go. When we do some auctions, you know, we try to take Sloppy Joes with us because we find out that you know not everybody likes hot dogs or sausages. So we did a Sloppy Joe one day, and we bought 10 pounds of burger and made Sloppy Joes out of it. And we found out that we sold like 7 pounds of it. So we made our money back and then some because we sold it for $2.50 a sandwich, just like we did the hot dogs, and we served it on a hot dog bun, so you wouldn't have to buy, you know, separate buns. And we called it a sloppy dog, you know, and it turned out pretty good. And then the rest we brought home, and we had that for a couple of days. Make a sandwich here or there when you want it. So there you go, Gene. You have to. Okay, Dirty Dog. Have a good day. Glad to see you could show up. And I think um, with the sloppy joes, I think actually uh, dill pickled relish would go good on that. But I didn't serve any of that. But you know, people like dill pickles on hamburgers and dill pickles on sloppy joes. So I think that would go good with that. Morning, Harry. How are you doing today? Glad to see you can make it. John, how are you doing? Amber's off to bed now. Hopefully your eye's doing better. We'll say a prayer for you. Bad boy is back. That's the fourth pot for the day, huh, there, Gene? I don't know. We went to the auction, 3 weeks ago, I guess it was. 4 weeks ago. 3 or 4 weeks ago. And the wife bought 2 cases of 30-ounce cans of coffee, and they're 6 to a case. And we bought the cases. We bought it in bulk like that, and we got them for $3 a can, which was good. It's Yuha or something like that coffee. I mean, it's not like Maxwell House or anything like that, but we have drink it, and I like it. And for $3 a can, you can't beat it. And we walked out of there. It's $36 for 2 cases. So you can't buy coffee for that kind for $36, and it's just as good as Maxwell. In fact, it's better than Maxwell House because when they seal it, their seal on their can is better than the one at Maxwell House. You go to Maxwell House and their seal is loose. You go to this one and you can play the drums on it. That's how good the seal is. So, and I've got it down in our pantry, so it's nice and cool down there, so it'll stay good for a long, long time. And if you can buy it in bulk like that and you have a freezer, you can always freeze it. We bought 20-ounce jars of Parmesan cheese for $3 a jar. And it's Kraft. You can't buy that for $3 a jar. You can't buy it for $8 a jar. And I was buying some of it, and they said, well, what are you going to do with that much Parmesan cheese? I said, you can put it in a freezer. You can put it in a freezer, and it'll be good for years. There's nothing wrong with it. So, Axelron, how are you doing? Good morning from Denmark. Thank you. Same back to you and your family. You have a blessed and happy new week too. Yeah, 3-pound can, that's 36. Yeah, let's see, 16, 48 ounces, yeah. No, 16, 30, yeah, 48 ounces, yeah. They canceled school in Alabama due to the flu. I can believe it. They about a month ago they were saying there was like 20% of the kids were out because of the flu up here. So, I like Brazilian coffee. They're cool dad from the 80s. Colombian coffee. But you won't get me to drink any of that lax coffee, I can tell you that. I don't know if you guys know what lax coffee is, but that's where the Jaguar, it's Jaguar or lax or whatever. It's like a cat. It eats the coffee bean and then it craps it out. Then these guys pick out the coffee bean and then they make coffee with it. Now, who figured that one out? That is a coffee drinker right there. If you that hard up for a cup of coffee, that is a coffee drinker. Yeah, this is a bad flu season. Yep. I mean, could you imagine walking around the high plains out there and and look around and say, man, I could use a cup of, oh, look at the coffee beans. Yeah. Yeah, me too. Yeah. I don't think I'll go there, not with, the coffee beans. So. But it is a delicacy, and people pay like $50 a pound for that stuff or whatever it is. She wouldn't get me to pay for it. I think I got better scruples than that. So, yeah. Sometimes the best coffee you do get is a blended kind, anyways. There, Gene. They take coffee from this area and coffee from that area and coffee from over here, and they put it all together, and it makes a great cup of coffee. I hear Starbucks has good coffee, but I won't never go to Starbucks uh, just because I don't see spending $5 for a cup of coffee for one thing, and the way they treat the military or the men and the police officers and stuff. No. Yeah, Marie likes her coffee to come out of a can, not an ass. Yeah. So Harry, did you get the statue done? I was in there the other night, was watching you paint, put some paint on them again. So it was looking pretty good. Somebody said, well, it's a nice paint job. And I said, yeah, but the guy that wanted you to paint the statue only wanted you to paint it white. So that's sort of like Michelangelo. got done painting the 16 chapel, and they come up to him and said, "Hey, when I said to paint the ceiling, I said paint it white, and I meant to paint it white." You go to the Wawa stations when you go to Florida, they have good coffee. Yeah, I've never been to Florida either, so no, I would not eat Fruit Loops if the toucan shit them out there, fat boy. No, I wouldn't. That's good. I'll try to catch that there, Harry. Death Wish coffee? What kind is that? Wawa coffee is awesome. I've never even heard of Wawa coffee, but I live a sheltered life. Now, we buy commercial restaurant quality coffee for the coffee makers when we go to our, the events. And I like that coffee. And it is a little bit more expensive than regular coffee. But, when you're serving a 12-ounce cup of coffee for $1, people like to get, a good quality cup of coffee. And that's why we serve that. So. Oh, it's a grocery store. Okay. No, sir. We don't have that kind of stuff up here in Michigan. It is a song. It don't take much. Oh. Oh, I don't know how many of you guys ever heard of Meijers store, Meijers, Meijers. They're all around Michigan and Ohio and stuff, but they're not out very far. And it just one of the things. I've never been to a Piggly Wiggly either because they just don't have them around here, but they have them down south. Yeah. Now 7-Eleven, we have them here. How you doing, Lay? Glad to see you can make it. Ilana Petrovich. I did a shout out yesterday, Ilana, and you were in on it. Lee was in on it. John and Amber was in on it. Gene was in on it. Harry Fessler was in on it. Who else? There's a bunch of people in on it. So it was on a live stream. So you guys check out my live stream. The first 20, 25 minutes of it yesterday was I did a shout out. I had my wife write down the names for me. And I did a shout out all the way to the letter T, and it wasn't from everybody. It was in alphabetical order, but it wasn't everybody in every letter. So I did just a few here from A's, a few from B's, a few from C's, and I will eventually get everybody in the channel recognition. So. Oh, I bet. That boy, you can go to, trying to remember the name. It's a truck stop. Oh, the Flying J. You're welcome, Lee. You can go to the Flying J and buy a 1 pound hot dog for like $4. Maybe it's $3. You can get anything on it. and which is it's a damn good deal. But the only thing is, I can't afford to sell, 1 pound hot dog for $3 or $4. But when you sell, 1 million of them a month, you can afford to do that because you get a better discount than what I can. And they're not all beef either, but if they had an all beef hot dog 1 pounder that I could get and actually sell and for a decent price, I would do it. So. Okay, your son's day. All right. Well, I'm glad to know that now. Finally, cool, Dad. I got you on my Facebook. Big Steve Entertainment, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. So glad you could show up. I appreciate each and every one of you. Lisa Scott 5. I didn't say hi to you yet, but so hi to you. So I appreciate you. Well, thank you, cool Dad. I know I haven't been on much. I've been doing some live streams with other people, but I haven't been feeling. I've been hurting and not feeling good for the last month and a half or so. So ever since November, Thanksgiving, I was started to get sick. So the wife's going, oh. So I'm starting to feel better. I'm still sore, hips hurting, but.
Why don't you just ruin it when I get on there? Hi, Mrs.
She says, why don't you just ruin it for me? Because every time I get on, everybody says, how's Iron Dog? So, yeah, me too there, cool Dad. I love my wife. I think she's slicker than snot on a doorknob. Let's put it that way. So, oh, sorry to hear that. What'd they do, Steve? They shut your channel down or something? You've been having. Why should you sue the coffee makers there, June or Gene? Yeah, I know, Jeanette. That's all I do is everything on my laptop there, Big Steve. But I take the videos and I load them into my laptop. Then I load them into Movie Maker. And then after I get done doing the Movie Maker thing, I load them from Movie Maker into YouTube. I don't know, maybe that might help. That's how I do it. Jewish Redneck Prepper, how are you doing? Shalom. Well, yeah, Gene, their idea of a 12-cup coffee maker now is 6 ounces per cup. And in the real world, if you pour a cup of water, it is 8 ounces. So, weights and measures had to get a hold of them because they're lying. because a cup is not 6 ounces. A cup is 8 ounces, and that's where they're screwing you over. So hopefully everything goes good with your knee X-ray there, Jeanette. I suffered for 4 years with a bad knee. I couldn't walk. I had to use a walker. I had to walk in or use a wheelchair or a hover around. Couldn't move. So, and it was all because of insurance. You know, insurance wouldn't cover it. Insurance wouldn't allow it. They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't have it done. And, you know, your life is actually being ruled by insurance here in the United States. So. Okay, Harry, I'm only going to be on here till 7 o'clock because that'll be an hour and a half for me. So I think that's plenty long enough for a morning live stream. Yeah, and your cup is 48 ounces too there, Gene. That doesn't help either. I know exactly how you feel there, Big Steve. I have edema too. You know, best thing I can tell you, man, is, you know, getting a recliner 4 or 5 hours a day at least, and, you know, put a pillow underneath your legs and, you know, get them up in the air so you can get that blood to circulate, to drain out of there, because it's no good. And I do feel sorry for you, Jeanette, because I know exactly what you're going through. Exactly what you're going through. Before I had the first knee surgery, which was a scope, and they went in and they removed 3 bone spurs, fixed 3 meniscus tears, and scraped the arthritis out of there. I could sit at the table just like this, talking to you, then all of a sudden my kneecap would actually just fall out of place, and you could see it move. It'd just fall out, and I'd sit there and scream until you know, I could pop it back in. So. I know she's easier to look at than me there, fat boy, but she won't come on here. So I don't understand why, because I think she's a beautiful woman. So I've been in love with her for 34 years, 363 days. So. And it hurts, doesn't it, Jeanette? It does hurt. I mean, you guys have really never felt any pain until you actually, you know, if you've had a dislocated finger or something like that, that's something. But you wait till your kneecap, the ball itself, rolls out of socket. And that just, oh, because it's making room where there isn't room to be. So this is all I can do with this shoulder right here. I heard it 20 some years ago at work, and I went to their company doctors for 9 months, and they refused to fix it because that would actually probably violate their workman's comp thing. There's nothing wrong with me. Well, I can do this, but I can do that. I can do this, but I can do that. So you tell me there's nothing wrong with it. According to them, there's nothing wrong with it. But the doctor that looked at it, x-rayed it, and he said, oh, you got a square peg in a round hole. So I said, well, why don't you tell workman's comp that? He says, I'm not telling them nothing because I'm a workman's comp doctor, and they won't, you know, if they do, I do that, they'll cancel my contract. I thought, well, a lot of good you are. I know, bad boy, I know. And I do understand that too, Jeanette. There's nothing you can tell me about that pain in the, you know, the knee pain or whatever, because I extremely know, and I feel sorry for anybody that has knee problems. In fact, I have a 17.5-inch long scar on my leg where they did the knee operation. And the doctor told me that was the biggest knee replacement he'd ever had to do because he had to replace so much. So. Yeah. It's an attention getter, isn't it, Christy? I know how that cavalry horn sounds there, Lee. I was in the service. Well, I hope you all the best of luck there, Big Steve, when you get your rotor cup surgery done, if you can get it done. Sometimes that stuff works and sometimes it doesn't. And my biggest problem when I went to the workman's comp doctor, they kept putting cortisone shots in there. I don't know if you guys have ever had them, but they put it right in the joint, and yeah, they did it and they kept doing it. And they would say, you're fine, go back to work. And I used to be a garbage man, so I'd have to throw garbage, pick up garbage and throw it. Well, every time you did that, all you did was keep ripping the thing apart. And that cortisone shot would work for 2 or 3 weeks. I'd go back, they'd give me another shot, I'd go back in. It's got to the point where I've tore so much muscle and I've got so much scar tissue in my shoulder that I don't know. It'll probably be forever before they can actually fix it right. So. Yeah, you got a rod in your leg there, John? It is. Nobody should have to live in pain. And, but that's a sad fact because probably 50% of all people live in pain 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And how you doing, Charles? Glad to see you. The sad thing about it is sometimes the pain is so intense that it drives them to do stuff they would not normally do. And, like commit suicide. I'd rather be dead than have this much pain. And after a while of being that way, they try to do it, or they do succeed, and it's not right. With just a simple operation that that it should have been covered or should be covered, but it all goes back down to money. If you ain't got money, they're not going to do it. If the insurance company tells the doctors, no, you ain't doing it because we're not paying for it, it's all about money. Well, see what happened to Fat Boy is Fat Boy, he was married, and his wife told him to shut up, and he thought she said stand up, so she whipped his ass. See, he's saying he broke his arm in half wrestling. No, that ain't what happened. I'm just kidding, Fat Boy. I'm just having fun. Yeah. If your wife tells you to shut up, don't ever mistake it for stand up, because that could be the last thing you do for a long time. How you doing, Clarisky? Clarisky the Creeper. Glad to see you can make it. I'm only going to be on here for another 7 minutes or so because there's other live streams coming on at 7, and I don't want to cut into everybody else's thunder. So, try to support each and every channel I can. I think June Gull is going to have a live stream this morning. She usually has one at 7 o'clock in the morning. So, but I don't know if it's 7 o'clock my time or 7. It might be 7 o'clock her time, which is probably 8. But I'm gonna be off at 7. That way, I'm not stealing anybody else's thunder. I got 17 viewers. That's pretty nice, especially at this early in the morning. Started at 5:30, so I don't know if I'm gonna do it every day, but I might do it every other day. Let's see how it goes. if people keep showing up, I'll keep doing it. I realize there's a lot of people that are up in the middle of the night and a lot of people that aren't up in the middle of the night. So, and the time difference between East and West Coast is a lot. So, you know, my 5:30 in the morning is 2:30 in the morning for some other people. So, well, thank you, Marie. And thanks, Jewish Redneck, for giving me a comment on my haul. So, now, does that really mean bottoms up then there, Gene? No. I'm glad you caught me too, Charles. I always enjoy all your comments. So you get up at 5 a.m. every morning. So that's good there, Marie. I used to, like I said, I used to be a garbage man, and for 30 years, or almost 30 years, 25 years, I got up at 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning. Depends on what day it was. Some days I had to be in a town. I had to be there at 3 o'clock, and then other days I had to be there at 4 o'clock. So, okay, when I was on the trash truck, the best thing I ever found. I was in Haverhill, Massachusetts, picking up garbage, and we pulled up to this house. And when we pulled up to this house, it was just loaded with stuff out there. And the woman come out and she said, "You can take everything out here. I hate the SOB. I'm throwing them out." So, oh, okay. Well, I found a jar and it had about $250 worth of change in it. That was pretty good. But that wasn't the best thing. The best thing was like the 36 fishing rods and reels that she had out there. And some of them were in hard cases. So I put all that stuff in the back of the truck, in between the blade and the thing. And I was in Massachusetts, but I had no way of bringing it home. But when I got back to the shop, I had a yard sale, and I sold all that stuff. You'd be surprised what these guys from Massachusetts like about their fishing equipment. And I was out at the Yale University, out by the Yale University, and there was a guy had looked like a brand new riding lawnmower, almost brand new, Sears Craftsman, sitting at the curb. So he pulled up there and he said, "You can throw that away." And I said, "What's wrong with it?" Other than the axle housing broke on the front, you know, the little axle for the front steering, not the axle bracket, but just the axle itself snapped off and the wheel was sitting there. He said, "That's the only thing wrong with it." He said, "I bought it 6 weeks ago and it broke. I'm buying a new one." I said, "Why don't you just buy the part?" He said, "I ain't fooling with it." All right. I said, "Can I come back later and get it with a pickup?" He said, "Sure." So I picked up the front end a little bit and I pushed it off the road, you know, so nobody else would get it. Got done working. I grabbed the company pickup, and I was in Massachusetts at the time. Grabbed the company pickup, ran back, got it loaded, called Sears, got the part ordered 2 days later, and then had it delivered to the shop. Put the new part on it and got $400 for that riding lawnmower. I know, Christy, I used to work 12, 16, 18 hours a day. I did put in a 36-hour shift one time straight. And they were a little upset at work, but Project Dorton, how are you doing? Glad to see you could show up. They upset at work because I put in 36 hours, but I told them it was all their fault because they took my truck away from me. I come into work one day, they said, "No, go home because somebody else needs your truck." I said, "Well, I need my truck. He can just go home." "Well, no, because he's got to do his route." I said, "Well, what about mine?" "Well, you can wait." So I figured, screw on that. You guys are going to screw me over, I'll screw you back. So I come in the next day, ran my route, grabbed another truck, ran a route, started the route with that, brought it back, filled it up, grabbed another truck, filled it up, grabbed another truck. So when everybody come in at 3 o'clock in the morning, all their trucks were loaded. So they all set for 4 hours. I said, screw me over again, see what happens. So it is 6:59. I'm going to shut her down at 7. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for showing up, because if it wasn't for you guys, I'd have no reason for being here. Project Dorton, check out my live stream from yesterday, because I did do a channel recognition and you were in on it. It's in the first 20 to 25 minutes. I had Fat Men Adventures, Douglas Fairchild, and Project Dorton in on it. So check that out. To each and every one of you, I want to tell you, God bless. Y'all have a good day, good night, good morning, and we'll catch you later. Thank you.